Yo, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, what is up? How you doing? Anyway, today's video I have a book haul for you guys. Most of these are from Barnes & Noble, a few of them are from Target, and a few of them I think I thrifted one or two of them. But yeah, let's just get into it. The first book I got is Tangled Up With You by Christina Lauren, and I absolutely had to get this book the second I saw it. I didn't even read the cover. I just saw the image because I absolutely love Rapunzel. And Tangled is my absolute favorite Disney princess movie, mostly because of Zachary Levi plays Finn Rider. Love him so much. But yeah, I had to get this. So it is a Rapunzel retelling. It is like a modern day Rapunzel retelling. Yeah, absolutely had to get it. Okay, next. Trist. I'm not sure if it's Trist or Trist. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Tri-Sticks Venom. It is I looked it up on TikTok real quick while I was at the bookstore looking at it. I've heard that this is a sapphic romance. Clay and Liv are the two main characters. Clay kind of bullies Liv like a lot, and Clay has this like has a secret that she's trying to hide. She tells Clay to stay on her side of town. One night Clay doesn't listen, and once Liv is done with her, she'll never be a good girl again. Next up we have Liar's Peak. Gonna be honest, I did not read the back of this. This was the monthly $5 book with any cafe purchase at the Barnes & Noble cafe, so obviously had to pick it up. It says, Lyndon knows he doesn't belong in elite Martha's Vineyard, but when his prep school roommate Jasper invites him to spend the end of summer at August House, his family's massive beachfront estate, Lyndon tries to fit in. It's not hard, after all. He's been lying for years, and he's not the only one. Everyone at August House is ready for a wicked good time, so when someone is found unconscious in the pool after a night of partying, it's quickly labeled an accident, but Lyndon begins to wonder. As does Holiday, Lyndon's childhood friend and the only person on the island who knows the truth about his humble background. There's nothing Holiday loves more than a mystery, and she's convinced that there's a killer on the vineyard, and now it's up to them to figure out who. Next up is Empty Theater by Jack Gems. Set in 19th century Europe. Basically, from what I've heard and what I've read off the back cover, it's basically rich people acting up, which honestly, one of my favorite tropes. Little tagline at the back of the book says, "This entertaining tale reads like a mashup of Jane Austen and The Great on hallucinogenics." So, should be interesting. Next up, we have Rainbow Black by Maggie Trace. It's set in 1990s. It's about Lacey Bond. Her parents own a hippie style daycare center, and then satanic panic hits and her parents end up going to jail. And then, unrelated to that, or possibly related, I don't know, murders start happening in her town. And then it sounds like it kind of jumps forward a little bit to when she's an adult and has kind of moved on from all of that, and then something comes up that brings her back up, the past or something. And then the next one is Forest Burn by Elena Aubrey Becker. The character Rosa is a shifter, and then one day this magical illness falls across the kingdom, and she is tasked with going into the forest to finding the cure for. She is tasked with finding this magical element, Stardust, which is the cure for the illness. But she has to go back into the forest, where she grew up. Next up is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I am so excited to read this one. I actually read The Do-Over a couple months ago because I heard that one was really good. I actually bought this as, I think it was a Christmas gift for my best friend because she absolutely loves cheesy little rom-com movies. I always tell her that all she ever wants to do. I always joke about the fact that her main goal in life is just to like stumble into a Hallmark movie rom-com. So I ended up buying this for her birthday. Was it her birthday or for Christmas? Anyway, I bought this as a present for her and she absolutely loved it because it had all like the classic like rom-com tropes in it. So I'm really excited to read this one as well. This next one might be a bit random for anyone watching. It's a Janis Joplin memoir. I absolutely love Janis Joplin. My dad was a huge Janis Joplin fan, so obviously that's all he would ever listen to when I was growing up. I had to listen to what he listened to, so I became a very big fan as her as well. She was a musician in the like later 60s, I believe, and she unfortunately passed away at the age of 27, but she had an incredible impact on the music industry at that time. The Bitches. I had a nice time in Other Lies, How to Find Love and shit like that. I don't know if you guys know who the Bitches are. I know they have like an Instagram account which I followed for years. I actually have another like book that they wrote. I don't even know when I bought that. It was years ago, which actually I've unfortunately read and actually might have lost. So we might have to buy a new copy of that. But it's basically like nonfiction. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe this book. This one is It Came from the Closet, Queer References in Horror Movies. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about, again, don't know what else to say about that. It just kind of goes over like queer references in horror movies. Obviously. Because I love horror movies and LGBTQ representation. So yes, had to get this one. Next up, A Field Guide to Punk. I absolutely love anything that has to do with like any sort of specific like genre or aesthetics, punk specifically. I always found it like very interesting. Kind of just like a coffee table book about like the history of punk, both like fashion and like the subculture. So yeah, this will be fun to read. And the last one, This Woman Works, an essay on music. This book is basically about like women and like music in the working industry. Women working in the music industry. This Woman Works seeks to confront the male dominance and sexism that has been hard-coded in the canons of music, literature, and film. Yeah, I feel like this was a pretty well-rounded list of books. Got some romance, got some fantasy, some nonfiction. So a little bit of everything. If any of these books looked interesting to you, or if you've read any of the books, would love to hear about your opinions on them in the comments. Alright, let's go ahead and put all of these on my bookshelf.